starting off strong this week by packing a few orders, and by a few I mean 2. It's been a little bit of a slow summer. Generally, I get mostly sticker orders, so it's always nice to pack some of my other products up like I get to do today. This is one of my few t-shirts I have left, the perfect day for art. They also snagged a bee and some matching stickers to go with it. Packing shirts is my favorite because it's so satisfying to drop the packages off at the post office. Oh, and just to let you in on a little secret, I've been working on designing some more shirts, so hopefully I'll get to be packing those up in orders soon too. The second order was for 2 magnetic bookmarks, both of which were the to be continued design, which seems to be my most popular. I didn't have any of those on hand, but I did have some cut out already, so I just folded them and gave them their magnets and they were ready to go. So now that the orders are packed, I'm just gonna take this blank roll of stickers that I have. It's supposed to work in my thermal printer, but it doesn't. And I'm just going to stamp it with this thank you stamp that I have so that I have a bunch of thank you stickers to put on my packages. I actually had enough patience to stamp more than 10 stickers today, so these should last me a while. Moving on, I wanted to stock up on my little freebie stickers, so I printed a few sheets of these out and used some of my extra holographic laminate that I had laying around to give them a nice shine. While the Cricut was doing its job, I decided to print out some Happy Mail stickers, which I used to decorate and help seal the envelopes of my sticker orders. Little hiccup there, where I forgot to change the size of the paper in my print settings, but no worries, it's a common occurrence here. These are new labels for me. I usually just use white, but I'm really loving the gradient. I finished off my freebie stickers, and then since I had a late start to the day, I just took the time to clean up. Primarily cleaning off my laser machine because I have this awful habit of setting things on it that I don't know what to do with. That's definitely not something you're supposed to do with it. Then I found a piece of plastic that I forgot to peel off when I first got this, so that was a nice satisfying way to end the night. I just opened up the drawer to grab my epoxy and realized that it was leaking everywhere, so love that. I've already opened both of my windows in here and it still just stinks so bad. It smells like a skunk quite a bit. It's not a good smell. But anyways, I started off the morning by doing quite a bit of editing, and now I'm just gonna try and make some needle minders and some little fridge magnets. When I ordered enamel pins, I also ordered some blank charms, I guess you could call them, so that I could make some needle minders. In case you don't know, a needle minder is a small magnetic tool used to hold a needle in place when it's not in use during sewing or embroidery projects. I'm not sure if that's a product you can manufacture anywhere, but it seemed like an easy enough DIY when I ordered these. What I didn't anticipate was how strong of a magnet I would need. At least, I want it to be a super strong magnet because I don't want people to be losing their needles. I also didn't take into consideration the different types of metals that these are made out of, so while the Highland Cow and Luna Moth are metals that attract magnets, the bee ones are not, and we'll need an extra magnet in order to make them into the needle minders. Before adding the epoxy, I decided to give a light sand to each of the magnets just to give the epoxy something to grip onto.
I just wanna have fun and have a good life. Make a few friends, the kind that last. So tell me there's a reason, or something upstairs. Tell me they've been seeing what's going on down here.
Okay, well, I absolutely hated doing that. That sucked. I feel like I lost some brain cells. It smells so bad and it dried so quickly. I didn't even get to finish making some of the magnets that I wanted before it just turned into this yellow goo. and it's really hot, which is scary. So this may be the only time that I make magnets myself. I may be ordering them from now on. That, or I'm gonna find a better way to do it. I really tried my best to ventilate the area, so don't come for me about not wearing a mask. You can go back in time and yell at me, because in the future I definitely will be wearing a respirator or mask or something. I think the size of the magnet on these fridge magnets was a bit overkill, but I actually had these left over from another project and thought they would do fine. Officially testing the fridge magnet on the fridge. Okay, so the magnets have actually turned out super cute. I love them a lot. And the needle minders, I like them too, but I'm thinking about using a 3D printer to make a casing for the second magnet. So I still gotta do a little bit of thinking on those. I think that if I had gotten a 2-part epoxy that's not fast drying and not from the syringe plunger thing, then this would have gone a lot better. So maybe I will keep making these as long as I get that. Anyways, the next few things on my to-do list are to clean my laser so that I can start making some leather bookmarks. I have some packaging that I started designing for my pins that I want to finish and actually start using. I have some editing that I will do, probably not tonight, and I have a painting back here that I need to finish. Okay, so one thing about the laser machine is that it works really hard, which means after 2 hours of cutting something like wood, you gotta clean it. I always put off doing this because 1, it's cleaning, and 2, the laser itself has like this lens on it that's kind of delicate, and I just am scared of breaking it. As I'm sure you've seen throughout this video, I'm a little bit clumsy. But it wasn't that dirty anyway, so just with a Q-tip and some isopropyl alcohol, I was able to get it back to nearly new in no time. Good morning. I'm starting off the day by finishing this painting here, which you'll see in another video, so that was a little sneak peek kind of. But it is so close to being done. I have to fix 2 rocks and then the background. Hopefully I can come in with some acrylic whitewash and fix that because it's watercolor, so I can't erase it or just cover it up. So fingers crossed that works, because otherwise I'm pretty excited about this painting. After that, I have to film something for that planner painting video, which is a top down of my art supplies. I gotta use this C-stand and I'm gonna film straight down, which is always a fun shot. So those are the 2 main things I've gotta get done today. Just another day of me running to the post office because I always am being last minute for no reason, but I have a whole bunch of sticker orders that I'm sending out. A neat trick when you want to remove the tape from your paper without tearing it is to use a heat gun, or hair dryer in this case, to heat up the adhesive. And that way it comes off a little smoother. And with that, I can now call my most ambitious watercolor painting finished. Last task for it was just to get a nice little flat lay and some shots and photos. I also went and voted a little bit ago, so I got a new sticker to put on my sketchbook. And when I got back to my door, there was a package there. So this is some very thin wood veneer, and I got a sample pack because I'm thinking of making some wooden bookmarks out of it. Some of these are supposed to be thin enough that you can even run it through your printer, which is interesting. Woke up today not really feeling the layout of my office, so we're gonna rearrange it. This area here is the biggest nuisance because I have a lot of my packing supplies for my orders up here, but I don't have a table to work on it right here. I just have my laser cutter. So that's inconvenient, and I'm gonna move that. And instead I'm gonna put my white drawer thingies back over there. This area I'm less sure about because I know that I want my easel in this corner and I want my desk there. So I'm thinking that I'll have to put my laser cutter in this corner here. And then I don't know, this shelf is just here. But also I think I'm gonna add some shelves back here on the wall to hang up my pictures and artwork and stuff. The thing with the laser cutter is it has to be by the window because it has this that needs to go out a window, and it is on the left side, so hopefully it will be able to reach and go outside of this window if I want to put it in this corner. Here's my nice little stack of things that I need to hang up, and there's another stack of things to hang up over here. This chair and this box is kind of in the way, but they're both for my cat. My cat loves that box and loves sitting in this chair and watching outside, so I feel like I can't get rid of them, but they're kind of in the way. I would somehow end up at Michael's. Let's see, we're gonna get another cube. wanted to buy a sheet of this wood right here, but every single one of them has like cracks and stuff in it. It's no good. I am avoiding finishing that thing over there, so now I am just hanging this up instead. I'm trying to decide if I want the black side or the white side to be on top. The black side I think is chalkboard and I think it looks nicer, but the white side might be more useful because it should be dry erase. Last thing I'm gonna do tonight is just go ahead and glue down using this heavy duty ultimate construction adhesive from Gorilla, I guess. Glue down these two pieces together. Okay, obviously this has not been finished yet, but I can already tell it's so useful. I am so happy that I decided to make this. Unfortunately, I was not able to glue the top down to this because the caulk gun bent. Literally, instead of dispensing the adhesive, it just bent the handle. And it is open, I promise. I'm gonna have to go buy a new one of these. I finally gave in and splurged on a pair of Bluetooth over-ear headphones. I've been wanting some for probably like 3 years or something like that. I also just ordered some clips to be able to hang my paint tubes up by, some new mats for my vinyl cutter, some washi tape, and some wheels for my easel back here so I can move it around easier. Now I'm gonna go sand. You wanna know what it's like to live in Tennessee? Just walked out here and the humidity is so strong that it's like fogging up the lens like in 3 minutes. Man, I was so excited about these headphones, but I have a small head and they just like fall off. I guess I'll just have to return them. If you have any recommendations for headphones for people with small heads, let me know. Man, I saw that the sun was shining and I was so excited because I'm like, oh, I'm actually gonna be able to go outside. It's been like weeks, I feel like, since the sun has actually been out like this. And then I stepped out here and I feel like I'm drowning. The humidity is insane. It's absolutely disgusting. I tried to wipe the lens off, but it might still be foggy, so sorry about that. Found this paint in my basement. The previous owners covered our house in white before they left. They left behind leftover white paint, and so hopefully this is gonna work. I believe it's semi-gloss, but hopefully that's okay. So one thing about me is I don't believe in doing things the easy way, you know? Like, if I can do it the hard way, why not? I'm more of an idea person. I like the big picture. I don't like the little details and planning things out, you know, really well. And that's how I ended up here. And with paint in my hair. First coat of paint is done, and actually conveniently, it pretty much used up exactly this whole last, what is this called? Can of paint. Pretty much used up all of this last can of paint to cover the first coat. And then in about 2 hours, I'm gonna let it dry and then I'll be able to do a second coat. I am actually the type of delusional that would think that I wanna get paint all over me while I'm painting. So it's a good thing that I just randomly put on my painting shirt for today because it literally is everywhere. Today's the day that I'm finally finishing some of the changes I'm making to the studio, at least for now. I have the wheels for my easel and the clips for my paints. Also have the dial rod that I'll be putting the paints on. I just need to cut it to the right size. I've been storing my oil paints in this random yellow box for quite a while now, so I am pretty excited to take them out. Hopefully the little prongs on here don't prove to be an issue. If they do, I will update you and I will use it as an excuse to buy some new paint. I've honestly had most of this since high school, so it would be nice to have newer paint, especially since I prefer the water mixable oil color now. Anyways. Next up, it is time to get the wheels on the easel. After moving everything around about 1,000,000 times, I now have this empty spot here because I moved the shelf that was here that I didn't know what to do with to the corner over here. I think it's a much better fit. Everything looks a little more tidy. Now ignore the desk because it's very messy, but in this corner I want to get rid of these 2 shelves and just get 1 big taller shelf. And then a little more organization is in order, but here is my kind of like packing station. I have all of my shipping supplies and I can pack all of my orders, and then I have my paper cutter, and it's all good to go. I love how this turned out. As far as the laser machine goes, it ended up in front of this window and I just put a cubby down here and my stickers are here. And of course it makes for a perfect spot for MIDI. Eventually I'll find something better, but for now, I'll save my pennies. Then this corner, I'm deeming my art corner since it has all of my art supplies, my easel, my paints, blah, blah, blah. I just threw some random art prints and stuff up on that shelf there. Then here's my desk where I can do even more art making. I absolutely love the lighting that comes in at this time of day. It's so cozy. Then we have MIDI's spot in this very unorganized shelf. Ignore that and ignore this closet here because it is just stuffed with things. And then this area is a mess. I don't even know where to start with where to put these things. A few other things I've been working on this week is drawing this dragon, which has actually been a bit of a hassle. It is taking a long time to do. I guess anything with anatomy, especially fantasy animals, is just kind of hard to get right. Then these are the prototypes for the pin packaging I've been making. It's kind of like a matchbox style, but one of the reasons I decided to do these is because I wanted to give away a free magnet that people could have that would have my name on it. So that's what I'm testing out here. So just by adding a bit of magnet to it, it can now be the cover of my pin packaging and be a free magnet that people get with their order. I'm using some leftover photo paper for this, which as you can see by the left side, is something that my more budget-friendly printer does not handle very well, and I don't feel like messing with the settings, so I'm just gonna use my nice expensive printer for these. Last day of this vlog, and the plan is to finish up the pin packaging. But before I do that, I'm actually prepping some stickers because I had someone reach out to me about donating some to a project they run. They put sign-up sheets in their local library so that people that wanted some seeds to grow their own food could have them mailed to them for free. And so these stickers will be included with the free seeds and will hopefully brighten some people's day. It just made me so happy to hear that someone was putting forth their time and money to give out these seeds to people in their community, so I was glad that I was able to contribute and help a little bit. So they're not really the sleekest magnets in the world, not the best, I guess. But I would say compared to my old packaging, it is more interesting and cool. I would assume I would eventually be able to refine it if I decide to continue to do this. But honestly, this is probably going to be a very limited thing that I do. It's just really a lot of work for one pin. I was really just overthinking the packaging on these because I wanted to be sure that they would be very well protected in shipping, and honestly, they're fine. They don't have to be in a box. I mean, it was fun designing and making these. It's just not a good use of my time at the moment, you know? I'm usually the type of person that doesn't put too much effort into my packaging because I know most people just throw that stuff away, but I really wanted to make something that someone could keep with my name on it, like this magnet situation thing. And also, I just like really cute packaging is so fun. I don't know, does packaging like this make you more likely to buy it, or what's your opinion? So in addition to working on the studio and doing my pin packaging, I also have been ordering supplies, and I finally decided to start a Patreon. I've come up with 4 tiers, the lowest just being you supporting me if you want to, so that I can keep doing this, as well as like access to exclusive content and polls and stuff like that. And then I also have a sticker club version, and you'll be able to vote on the design that I'll make that is an exclusive sticker design for the sticker club. And then there is an art version of that, and it will also include an art print that you'll get. And then the top tier will be a sticker, an art print, and an accessory like a bookmark or a pin or a magnet or a keychain, something like that. Oh, and another thing I did this week was apply to a bunch of craft fairs. My first one, as long as I'm accepted, is going to be a fried pickle festival, so I'm pretty excited. And if you're interested in seeing everything that goes into getting ready for a craft fair and doing craft fairs and stuff like that, just let me know in the comments because I'm thinking about doing a video for that, but let me know.